Hey everyone, welcome back to the Invest ED channel. Today we're diving into something that could change your life. Some years back I was in a really tough spot. Bills kept stacking up and I didn't have the money to pay them. If you've ever been there, you know how stressful it can be. But the good news is, I found a way out of that mess and you can too. Imagine waking up every day without the stress of unpaid bills hanging over your head. Imagine having extra cash at the end of the month to spend on the things you love. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, it's not. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools and tips you need to take control of your finances and start building the future you deserve. In today's video, I'll share practical tips, smart tricks, and proven strategies that help me get out of debt and stay financially stable. From tracking your spending to paying off debt and everything in between, we've got a lot to cover. Trust me, you won't want to miss a single minute of this. But before we dive in, do me a favor, please subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. It really helps and allows us to keep bringing you valuable content. Thanks. Now let's get started. First on the list, keep track of your spending. You've probably heard this a million times and you'll hear it again today because it works. You might not be doing it, but it should be a top priority. Make sure you know where every penny goes. Tracking expenses helps you find and stop wasteful spending. Plus, it keeps you in control of your money and encourages good habits like saving and investing. As Peter Drucker said, if you can't measure it, you can't manage it. Here's how to take control of your spending. First, look at your spending categories and figure out which are most important. You might discover you're paying for things you don't use, like a subscription. Cutting out these unnecessary costs is a smart way to save money. You could also choose cheaper activities once you know where your money is going. Not only will you save money, but you'll also learn about managing finances better. There's really nothing to lose by doing this. Next, make a budget. I never understood why many people didn't have a budget until recently. Most people worry about all the paperwork involved. Yes, it's a lot of work, but it's worth it. Think of budgeting from a different angle. Focus on the positives and how much it will benefit you. Once you get into the groove, make sure you stick with it. This is the only way that works, so don't lose your momentum. If you create a budget and then hide it away in a folder or file, it's useless. Keep updating and reviewing it. You can use digital apps and software to make this easier. There are plenty of great free ones online that you can find with a quick search. Next, set a limit on unplanned spending. Buying something on a whim can feel good, we all know that. But that happy feeling doesn't last long, and you end up with things you don't really need. If this sounds like you, then it's time to change. This is not a good money habit. Try using the 1% rule for spending money. This rule says you have to wait a day before buying anything that costs more than 1% of your yearly income. So, if you make $50,000 a year, wait a day before buying something over $500. This rule helps with things you want but don't need. It gives you time to think about whether you really need the item. After 24 hours, you might realize you don't need it anymore. So, next time you're shopping, remember this tip. Another important tip is to save for big purchases. Seeing an ad for a $3,000 Apple tablet might be tempting, but it doesn't mean you should grab your phone and credit card right away. Buying that right away is a bad idea. Remember the 24-hour rule. If you really want additional gadgets, it's best to use money from your savings account set aside for such purchases. Avoid using a credit card unless you have a solid plan to pay it back, which most people don't. There are many advantages to saving for a big or expensive purchase. You might be able to negotiate a lower price or get better financing terms. If you save up and pay in cash, the price might even drop. For larger purchases, like a home, getting a loan might make more sense, especially if it's an item that increases in value. Paying cash might leave you with little money left, so it's wise to save up before buying what you want. Start saving specifically for big purchases to avoid disrupting your daily life. Next, read books about finance. It's true when they say if you want to hide something, put it in a book. Sadly, most people don't read, but the information in books can make you successful if you take the time to read. Learning is a continuous process, and the more you learn, the sharper your skills become. Financial literacy helps you make wise financial decisions. It teaches you how to manage your money. including budgeting, saving, borrowing, and investing. This knowledge helps you achieve your financial goals and build financial stability. It's like having a superpower, giving you control over your financial future. Cutting your monthly spending is one of the simplest ways to take control of your money. While you might not be able to cut back on fixed costs, like rent or car payments, without making big lifestyle changes, you can reduce variable costs, like clothes or entertainment, by being flexible and thinking frugally. To start saving on things like energy bills, use less power, choose a different home or life insurance company, or buy groceries in bulk. Also, don't take a loan just because your salary and credit make you eligible. Many people think the bank won't give them a loan they can't afford, but the bank only knows what you've told them about your income and debts. They don't know about other commitments that might make it hard for you to make payments. So based on your income and other monthly expenses, you need to decide if a monthly payment works for you. Next, eat at home. Meals prepared and eaten at home can be very cost-effective. Reduce your reliance on takeout. It's fine to indulge at a fancy restaurant occasionally, but cooking at home or bringing packed lunches to work instead of eating out every day can save you a lot of money. A weekly food plan makes this easier. Plan your meals for the week and stick to the plan. Even if you don't consider yourself a cook, the internet has endless cooking tips and recipes. Start by making at least one meal a week at home. Next week, bring your lunches to work. You might be amazed at how much money you save. Another important step is pay off your debt. Carrying a lot of debt, especially high-interest credit card debt, is one of the costliest mistakes you can make. To improve your financial situation and open up new opportunities, pay off your debt as soon as possible. If you tend to forget things, list all your existing debts, including credit card debt, student loans, and car loans, and determine the minimum payments you need to stay on top of each of them. Making minimum payments won't get you out of debt quickly. Look at your fixed costs and see how much of your discretionary spending you can use to pay off debt. You can also try lowering the interest rate on your debt. Ask the issuer for a lower rate, combine several loans into one, or transfer high-interest debt to a low-interest credit card. Create a debt repayment plan and adopt good spending habits to pay off debt as quickly as possible. The faster you pay off your debt, the more room you'll have in your monthly budget. Paying off credit card debt should be a top priority. Unlike car or house payments, credit card debt grows over time and is hard to reduce. Stop using credit cards. Credit cards are handy and can boost your credit score, but if you lack self-control, they can lead to disaster. You might rely too much on your credit cards. If you struggle to make ends meet and keep using credit cards to get by, you'll end up in debt. This will limit your ability to pay expenses, save for retirement, or pursue other financial goals. So stop using your credit cards to avoid more debt. Create a budget so you don't have to rely on credit. Use cash or debit cards instead. Open a short-term savings account or leave your credit card at home. Credit cards have high interest rates that can quickly accumulate debt and cause stress in emergencies. Many people rely on credit cards because their money disappears too quickly each month. After paying bills, food, rent, or mortgage, they're tapped out and use credit cards to get by until payday. Instead of relying on credit cards, stop using them until you can handle them responsibly. Lastly, consider a spending fast. If you have a credit card debt, trouble paying bills on time, or other financial problems, a spending fast might be what you need. Going on a spending fast means not making any extra purchases for a set amount of time. This is a great way to cut down on spending and get your finances back in order. It might sound a bit scary, but it doesn't have to be. You might know about body detoxes or cleanses, like giving up sugar or gluten for 30 days, or drinking only fruit or vegetable juices for a few weeks. But did you know you can do a similar fast for your spending and saving habits to achieve financial wellness? During a spending fast, you limit your spending for a month, only spending on essentials like food, transportation, and recurring bills. If you're ready to live simply for a while, try this challenge. It can boost your bank account, change your spending habits, and help you figure out what you need versus what you want. This experience can change your perspective on money. Remember, taking control of your finances is a journey. It's not going to happen overnight, but every small step you take brings you closer to financial freedom. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Each dollar saved, each debt paid off, and each good financial decision is a victory. Also, don't be afraid to seek help if you need it. Financial advisors, credit counselors, and even friends or family members with good financial habits can provide valuable advice and support. Stay motivated, keep learning, and stay curious about ways to improve your financial health. There are plenty of resources out there, books, podcasts, videos, and online courses that can help you on your journey. Remember, you have the power to change your financial future. Believe in yourself, stay disciplined, and keep pushing forward. You've got this. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please share it with others who might benefit. Like my video, and please subscribe. Let's spread the knowledge and help each other achieve financial success. And here's to your investing success. Profitable investing.